Here we go. Episode 2. We made it.
Just give me. We did, yeah. Let's start again. Okay, ready.
Ready? Ready to go? Episode 2?
Yes, I'm ready. Episode 2. Let's go.
Now we got a name.
We do. What is it? Do you want to tell the
Careers
well?
don't matter. What do you think? How did we get to this name? How do we get to careers don't matter as a name?
I think last episode we talked about why we quit our jobs, right?
Yeah.
You'd spent years, over a decade and a half or more, and so did I. And suddenly we left that all behind to pursue content creation, entrepreneurial endeavors, and now does careers matter? I don't know. Like I feel like it's a weird world we're living in 2026. It's like almost like careers. What is a career?
Throw AI into the mix. You can have a career overnight if you just manage to build something.
Exactly, right? Exactly. I think that a lot of people are thinking like that right now as well. They keep saying to themselves, if my job's going to go and all this AI does all the stuff quicker, faster, what can I do? Can I pursue my dream on the side hustle, like a side hobby or a side hustle?
Yeah.
I think it's coming. There's actually a news article today, released 12 hours ago, called "How to Make Time for Your Hobbies," and it says workers juggling a busy job with many other responsibilities may find themselves wishing they had more time for their favorite pastimes. That's interesting. Workers juggling a busy job. I've been busy for 16 years, mate, 17 years. I don't find time for other responsibilities. Have you, like, what's it? Do you have hobbies?
Mate, to be honest, I have played paddle 4 times in the last 4 days. So I can't say that I don't have hobbies. I have definitely got one hobby, and that's paddle. And honestly, like, do you know what? And today was a perfect example of it. It was kind of like, oh, hey, a message on my WhatsApp through the group of paddle players I play with and locally, and they were like, anyone want to play for an hour and a half at this slot? And that slot could have been focused on building, working, doing the stuff I needed to do. I was like, no, fuck it, it's sunny, I want to go and play paddle. Literally. Yeah. And I think, like, honestly, it's one of those things where I didn't play, for 6 months, I think I played twice in 6 months. I've played now 4 times in the last 4 days, maybe 20 times in the last 3 weeks, and I'm busy, but like, it just gives you, I don't know, man, it gives you a reset. A paddle's my reset anyway. I have one hobby and that's it.
I've never played paddle.
You never played?
Never played. Like, I think I would be okay at it. I could play badminton. Tennis, I'm okay.
Okay.
So tennis I'm okay with, but badminton I'm good at. Tennis, I'm not a big fan of tennis. It's just too much. And also, we're getting old. I don't know. I'm worried that I might just like turn and then be like, and then next thing you know, I'm on the floor.
The good thing about paddle is you have the back, you have the wall, so you get to use the walls. It's not like anything goes behind you. You can still use the wall, get the ball, but yes, the knees definitely. Like after playing 4 times in 4 days, I felt my knees yesterday, and I still played again today.
So the rest of this article, it talks about, I think what it summarizes is you should make time every day, even if it's a tiny amount of time, to do a hobby. It's an interesting, because I used to say this to my younger brother and sister, like, you need to microdose on discipline. Mm-hmm. So the concept is that, like, I'll give you an example. If you want to learn a new language, you use that app. I can't remember, the one with the bird. And you spend 5 minutes a day. What happens after 30 days is you've built a habit of doing that 5 minutes a day. Then you add a new habit on top of that. So maybe it's calorie counting, not trying to go on a diet, just calorie counting, just purely calorie counting. And then you add another, and then another. And what starts to happen is you start to build this trust in yourself. Oh, I can do anything. Oh, I can do this, I can do that. And then next thing you know, when there is a big task, you're more committed to it because you've always had this kind of routine that is just yours and it's not dependent on anybody else. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I agree. Like, I think factor kids. I think that's, and we both have kids, so back to kids. I think like this is the thing. I think you've got to like, as soon as you're back to kids, like you just got to understand. Okay, I'm not maybe not going to be able to do all the things I want to do, and it's just there is never going to be enough time in the day, especially when you're out of the 9 to 5, and you do have set hours essentially for your life. Here's my work life, here's my family life or personal life and stuff like that. And you can time box it fairly well. In our world, there is no time boxing anymore, right? There's something happens at any time, you do it. So like the fluidity of it is amazing, but it's also
You don't wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning and like do a
I wake up
cold
when the
plunge
sun
on.
most of the time. He's usually the one to wake me up. No, I think honestly, it's a beauty and a curse in a way. But I think every time I take a step out of hobbies, let's say, which is really paddle. I would say that's the only thing I would say that's a true hobby. Everything else I do is maybe here and there. But paddle's the one thing that I played religiously 5 years ago, religiously for a few years, then stopped, and then got into it again, and then stopped the last 6 months. And I was like, okay, get back into it, and feel great. I like exhausted playing, hour and a half, 2 hours nearly every day. But I don't think about anything. It's the only time I truly don't think about anything else, like work-wise. And that is the beauty of it.
It's interesting because, when life gets busy, we almost park things.
Oh, yeah.
So we're not able to segment. So it's like, but you're saying you're really busy right now. You're still doing the paddle. Whether it's someone else or like me, for example, one of the recent things I've started to get back into is going back to the gym. So every day I'm trying to go back to the gym. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go to the gym. I have my coffee. And then suddenly I'm like, I'll just reply to this email. I just reply to the one email. And then next thing you know, it's like 2 hours in. I'm like, I've got to go to the gym. And so I drag myself to the gym. Now, if you have a job you have to go to and you don't have the luxury of working for yourself, it's 9 o'clock and that's it. You got to go to work and you don't have the time to go to the gym and it gets ruined. I always wonder about that. I'm like, why do we do that? Why do we put all our eggs in one basket when things get hectic and busy? It's like our brain can't comprehend other things.
That's the human nature, I think, there, mate. I think that's how we think when we get into that situation. It's just like, okay, run, essentially.
Yeah. We need like a David Goggins or someone to come and join us on a podcast and tell us.
Good point. Are we going to look to get guests on this podcast? We haven't even talked. We're going to talk. We're building this podcast with everyone who's listening. Like we literally just turned up. Previous night, a few nights ago, do episode 1. Now episode 2. A few days later, over the Easter weekend. And now, do we want to bring on people like how
I think it'd be good. I think it'd be good. I'd love to like bring on some interesting people. It's always good to get other people's perspectives, right? And when you're the one asking the questions, it becomes easier. I'll be honest. Like you don't have to. You can think of the most intrusive questions and just be like, "Hey, what's your opinion of this? Are you a flat earther?" I don't know.
Do you really believe there is a crew going the other side of the moon right now? That's the big question.
I don't. My take is this: I live in healthy ignorance, so I think there's other things to worry about than if someone's in space right now. I don't care. So I just like that's not something I worry about. I worry about all the other things going on in the world, but I'll let someone else worry about that.
So talk about career, does it matter? We're not going to have any astronauts on the first few episodes of this series.
I would love to. I'd love to know, like.
I'd love to interview Tim Peake.
Oh yeah, but no, wasn't he the astronaut that just did the whole speech?
No, he was a British astronaut who last British astronaut I think to go into space. I think something like that. I don't even know his full story, but he would be very cool.
There was recently I saw on Instagram this one of the astronauts, an American chap. He did a speech while he was on the plane, and he said something that was actually it went viral for a reason, because it really did hit home. And he's like, we're on a spaceship, but actually when we look at you from down up here, you're on a big spaceship together, working together, traveling through space. And you don't understand how lucky you are. like you're on a spaceship, and I was like,
Perspective.
it's interesting, isn't it? We are just floating through space in our own little way, but we're not. We don't collaborate in that way. We don't. There's too many differences, and I wonder if we were just on a spaceship as big as Earth, would the still same thing still happen?
Depends who was running that spaceship.
Yeah, what's like a Death Star, something like that. Got
Yeah,
Darth
exactly.
Vader, like, you're fired. I always wanted to do that on a podcast.
There you go, man. Episode 2, and you managed to get it in.
Yeah, I got Darth Vader. Next episode, I'm getting Yoda in. Baby Yoda.
Sign up and subscribe just for that, essentially.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you're lucky, you might get my magic tricks. Did you know I can do magic?
I did not know you could do magic, but I'm not surprised, man. You've got a lot of tricks up your sleeves.
Oh, I like that. No, I'm obsessed with like tricking the mind, right? I love it. I love all the psychology and the trick. Yeah, it's good. It's good fun for the kids as well.
Was that needed in your profession though? Was that needed as a people?
No, no, no. I think it was just I was just fascinated by magicians. It's such an interesting career. Why do people become magicians, right? And usually because they're just like, wow, mesmerized. It's not like the Harry Potter style mesmerized. It's more of the, oh, I tricked this person into believing. And yeah, that was it. That was my obsession. And then magician, that world is a weird world, by the way. Like I didn't get into it, but there's like these kind of magician clubs, and I don't want no magicians coming after me, please. Like you're the worst crowd to come after someone because you do all the trickery and you send stuff to people's houses. Like just leave me alone. I don't mean that. I love magicians.
Let's keep the magicians friendly with us. I know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like it's like obviously it's a very very cool career. Look, not many people actually have a magician career, right? Most people who are magicians do it for fun at parties and stuff like that, right? You know, it's a very probably less than 1% of people actually make a career as a magician who actually do the practice.
Way more or less. There's people like no.
Yeah.
Oh, let me Google it. How many magicians are there in the UK on average? How many
But if we don't want to get a magician on here, we can get Julius Dean. We'll get Julius Dean on one of these.
Oh yeah, he's really good. It's almost like street performers, right? Like,
Yeah.
how many street performers are in the UK? How does one become a street performer? Like, how do you?
How do you become anything? You just got to start.
Is,
That's the everything. Let's get back into the career in a way. Like that's how you start. Like how did you become a creator? How did you do anything? You just got to start. There's no other means to it.
do you want to take a guess how much a magician makes based on Google? Take a random guess.
Actual professional magician in the UK.
So, yeah, what you could like a close-up magician. What do you think their rate is for 1 hour?
£200 an hour.
Close, very close. £250 to £400 an hour. Stage magicians, though, they get paid a bit more. What do you think?
What's that? A stage?
Stage.
Oh,
On a stage, sorry.
Oh yeah, £500.
Yeah, wow. You've Googled this, haven't you? Yeah,
No,
you like.
I know I'm magicians. I just know I'm a magician. I've had to rent a few magicians out. No, I've never actually. This is just me going off the top of my head.
Oh dear. I once saying that magicians. I just had this flashback. I don't know why. Of those dinosaurs that people used to hire and they'd walk around in your offices.
Oh yeah.
I remember an office got that in one of the offices I was in. They paid like £1,200 for that, for the day, just to come around, walking around, entertaining people. And I was like, you could have taken the whole bloody building out for dinner instead of having a man dressed up in it as like one of those animal
Have you
matrix
seen
things.
the Instagram? Have you seen the Instagram? I don't know the account. It's hilarious. Where he gets people to come into his house. Chase.
Oh yes, and wait, let me guess. It's the one with the mazes, like the weird doors and the secret doors, and he's got like that. Is that
Oh,
the one you're
I
referring to?
don't know about that. I don't know about the secret doors. I just know he invites people, like he invites people to come over his house, and like it's just them by themselves. Like it's like he's booked them to do like a gig. He's like, it's like I think he does like not just like he does like magicians. He does like motivation. Here you go. Here, this is the one. This video had 17.5 million views on Instagram,
Okay.
right? And I'll send you the link, and he literally is hired a magician. So he spent £200 or £200, and he's just by himself in his living room, and his videos are just it's brilliant. He just hires. He's based in LA, so obviously you get probably a lot of this. Like he has like impersonators. Like he hires like a motivational speaker, just who thinks they're doing a big event, and he just turn up a house and he just sits in the living room just watching him do it. Yeah, go. Imagine
I would love it. That would be amazing. You hire like,
I've sent you the account.
hey,
It's
you know what?
hilarious.
That would be a hilarious surprise for someone, right?
The
You
funny thing
hire
is now,
someone.
because his videos have gone so viral, now like all these impersonators and all these like magicians are now trying to get him to invite just to just to get the exposure through the Instagram and through the social media. That's the power of it. You know, the first one is ingenious because literally, obviously, you know, who hires a magician just for themselves? Like it is brilliant.
There is a Instagram uh, creator. He goes around and he goes to people's workplaces and he tells their bosses that they're crap bosses. Have you heard that one?
I've
Seen that?
seen this guy.
That was
Yes.
hilarious. That's
But
funny.
he's a young guy, right?
Yeah, yeah. People ring him up and then it's like anonymous
Yes.
tips and he goes to the office and he says, I'm really sorry to tell you this, but you're like whatever. You're crap at your job or we just want to let you know you suck or something like that. I think it was hilarious. I would love to do that in the UK. Just go into someone's office and say, hi, my name's Yasser. Hi. By the way, I just want to let you know someone on the internet thinks you're a really bad boss.
Maybe that's what we need to do for our guests in this show. Like literally, it's like, hey, we want to invite you on this podcast. You know, do you want to come onto Careers Don't Matter? And then it's like, your career doesn't matter. Here's who submitted. It's just this
Oh,
public
we're,
shaming on
we
the podcast.
so we'll get people sending in their managers and
Exactly.
saying, look, just bring them in as a guest and we'll just pretend that
They've
we're
gone from thinking
doing.
they're starring on a podcast to then getting absolutely like the 360 would have just been like, what the hell?
You're terrible at your job. You're a horrible boss and you've got a
This is
terrible
what
haircut.
this is what Lucy said about you. Um, just see them
Oh,
defend
dude.
themselves. That's
Oh,
never been
the-
done before.
What? Well, let's try it. I wonder if there's anybody listening right now and you've got your boss's number and you want us to speak to him. Maybe we
What?
can just call them, right? We can call them,
Ooh,
right?
doing a
So we
hotline.
just call them. I'll just call them. Hi, John. How you doing? My name's Yasser. Here to interview you today, and then take it from there.
Hey, I am, as I said,
Or maybe I
this
won't use
show,
my real name.
I'm down for however, whether we want to do that's the thing. Like, if you think about, like, I think that's one thing I do think with this show is, I think, and I'm obviously doing this with my other show, and you know, there's so many interviews with people. I think like I love how we can. The more we interview real people, the better. I think you know, like people who don't usually get the spotlight, whether that's in the good, the bad sense that we're talking about here, or more of a good sense. But like, or it's like, hey, highlight your manager, why they're so good, or highlight your colleague, why they're so good, and then we get them on. We get them on here. We chat
Well,
about.
have we got a set time? Do we know
No,
weekly?
that is what
Because
we
if we
don't.
had that, I reckon we could ask people on the internet, do you want to join us for a live podcast? And then
Yeah.
they can join the link and then we could talk to them.
we should be TikToking, live streaming on TikTok as well, or does that take away from the podcast? I don't know. That's a point.
I don't know. I can live stream right now. Hey everyone, we're live streaming on a podcast right now while we
Then they
record.
wouldn't be able to hear into the full conversation because we both put AirPods in.
Yeah, they'll just watch
I think
us and they'll be like,
if you
"What the hell?"
stuck to this point in episode 2, you figure out that we haven't put much planning into this yet. We have literally got, it really don't matter. Let's
But this is
jump
the
on.
point. It doesn't matter. Like that's the whole point.
Exactly.
Careers don't really matter. If you think about it, like you're going to die. That's the end.
We are both
Right? You're going to be 6 feet deep. So yes, you can worry about your career. You can get really flustered. You didn't get the promotion and you didn't do this and you should have done that. But I always say, like, what if is the door to the devil, right? Like there's only so many times you can keep asking yourself, what if? It just got deep there real quick.
No,
Didn't they?
do you know what? I to think about it, obviously everything in life comes from perspective. But like when you hear about people that I hear from friends or hear through my wife or hear through like other people who say, oh, so and so cried at work, something like that,
Yeah.
and like you hear like, oh my god, like I cried at my work. My first job was 22 and I cried. That was the only time I cried in work. I don't know about you. If you ever
Oh,
cried.
why did you cry?
Just
I didn't mean that in a condescending way. I meant like,
hey, 6 months in, cold calling. I was an SDR, so 6 months of cold calling, and it just was like a never-ending cycle. And I think, like, looking back at it, the reason why for me, not always, but the reason why you cry is you feel like you've got no other angle. This is it. This is your job. This is the only way you can make money. You have no other route. Now we're in a luxury that we know we can make money in lots of different ways, and you have that through experience and knowledge and network and everything like that. But early in your career, particularly, I think now may be different. I think this new lot, this new bunch, they know there's a lot more tools available to them, knowledge is available to them, stuff like that. When we were, we joined the workforce, we were probably pre-iPhone or something like that, right? Not pre-internet, but at least pre-iPhone. You were literally like, okay, I have a job, I have to keep the job. And I remember, like, I just couldn't get myself up for it anymore. Like, literally, I just remember one day, I can't remember what time it was that, and I just bawled. And then I had one of the senior guys come up to me and was like, do you want to just go for a coffee? I was like, I can't go for a coffee. He was like, don't worry, you can go for a coffee with me, kind of thing. And then we went for a coffee. This is a horrible place where we were working in Ruislip. There's nowhere to get a good coffee or something like that. So we just grabbed a coffee from the coffee machine and went like for a walk around the car park in the industrial real business park. But I think that is I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, why people cry at work. But that for me is like, you feel like this is your only way that you can earn money or something like that, and there's no way out of it. And you worked maybe through uni and everything like that to get to this stage, and now you hated it. That was any time. Fortunately, I then got promoted from that role, and then career was good from there. But love to hear your thoughts on this. And did you ever cry at work?
I never cried at work. I'm a soulless, monotone person, so I don't cry. No, I didn't cry. I don't think I cried because things did get bad for me here and there, right? So one or two scenarios, but I always told myself, as long as I believe I'm working hard, I can't control other factors. I can control my factors, but not others. So if it's against me, it's against me, and I just have to have faith and just keep going.
Yeah.
What happened though, and I think there is like these 5 things I've noticed. Like, one, if your status is being challenged, that's a reason why people get upset. If you get this random artificial urgency, you feel that gets people upset. If you feel dismissed, people get upset. If you feel like someone's challenging your credentials, you get upset. If, I can't remember what the last one is, but generally speaking, there's a couple of things that you just know that, okay, if these things happen, I'm going to get upset. And so I always knew that. I knew that if someone challenges me, or someone says my credentials are not good enough, or my work isn't good enough, or put some fake pressure, I'm going to feel it. So therefore, instead of getting upset about it, I give myself some time. Just breathe, normalize it, notice it, name it, and move on. And that's what I did. And I think a bit like that paddle moment you were talking about, where you just can't think of anything else. I would just focus on just something and just obsess about that. But
I think this
I nearly,
generation have a different challenge though. I think where
yeah,
we were more into jobs because like, you know, we had to get a job and, you know, you kind of just got into whatever maybe your first job is, said job, you recruitment, right? First job we talked about this last time, right?
first job I've ever did was selling watches.
Okay. But
In,
like,
but I was like at school.
I mean like first like proper career job. Like first
First proper
full time.
first career job was in HR, yeah, HR and
Yeah.
recruitment.
So sales again, neither of us probably grew up thinking we were going to go into sales or recruitment, right? It just happens, kind of thing. But I think we had options available to us, and it was more just like we just ended up in the careers because like they were the ones that were easy to get to and stuff like that, and we got into it. And then you were like, oh, now I'm a sales guy, or now I'm a recruiter. I think this
Yeah.
generation is going to have a little bit more different challenge, where it's actually not that's their challenge of being pigeonholed. It's actually more like how they actually even start their career. I think is the big thing.
Especially with AI now. Like
Well,
had
if
people like
careers even matter, let's put like, you know, with
well careers
AI
don't like I just think
exactly.
there is good there's graduates out there, right, wondering whether they'll the jobs that their AI will take the jobs before they even get a job.
Yeah, which look,
And if
we're seeing it now, like how much AI is doing for the two of us, right? In our own role, like I don't know about you, but like my friends who are not in the social media, not in the entrepreneurial space, they don't know Claude yet. Like they are just
yeah,
figuring, starting to like. I had to tell them at Claude the other night. I was like, just download Claude, talk to it, figure it out, kind of thing, learn a little bit. They have ChatGPT, but they haven't even heard of it yet. Like we're still at the early days of
yeah,
adoption and
but
stuff
you
like
know
that.
what, mate? I think there's an overestimation here. Like maybe this is my hot take, right? Unpopular opinion. I think yes, Claude and all these tools will come out, and yes, people will use them, and people will lose jobs, definitely. But I think it's over exaggerated slightly because human beings naturally are irrational beings. We are irrational. We don't think logically. So, logically, yes, it will replace a job. Irrational behavior, though, will force us not to allow it to replace a job. There'll be laws that come out to protect people, and there'll be people who will protest and rationally create unions and whatnots. And then on top of that, you can already see that with content creation. I naturally just scroll past AI slop. And so
Oh
does
yeah,
everybody else I know, right? Because it's almost like because it's not got much effort in it, it's not valuable.
yeah,
So it's like you don't want to. Okay, here's a perfect example. Would you want to watch The Matrix 5 if it was AI generated and it take 2 seconds? You could create it yourself, right? You wouldn't because you're like, that's not why you're watching it. You're watching it because it was a craft. Someone put effort into it. Now, if AI is able to replicate craft, then fair enough. But
yeah,
I think for now, I think we've got a good couple of years where people are finding their feet. And here's my advice to my 20-year-old self, because I think this is something that a lot of 20-year-olds are struggling. I would say do explore. In your 20s, you're supposed to explore, right?
yeah,
Don't be obsessed about one thing, but don't start one thing and then start another thing and then never give something its attention it deserves. So, for example, if you want to be a musician, fine, explore the musician path. But if you don't enjoy the musician, maybe you might be a sound engineer, maybe you might be a producer, maybe you might be an agent. So, what I would always recommend is if you're going to go down a route, make sure you're overall interested in that route, as opposed to today I'm a chef, next day I'm a musician, IT, sales. Like that's good, but you're always starting from zero. Whereas if you can find a field where there's multiple avenue like channels that you can go to, that becomes a lot more easier for you to not stress yourself because you don't want to be in your 30s starting fresh. There's nothing wrong with that, but you don't want to start fresh in a new industry either.
But saying that, we've both done that. We've both
Have we though?
We've taken knowledge, we've transferred skills. We've transferred definitely knowledge and skills and turned it around.
Yeah.
It definitely is a new field. Like, neither of us were in the creator field 3 years ago. Neither of us were ever thought we would be
Yeah, that's true.
creators.
Not even like last year. I wasn't properly at the
Exactly.
beginning of the year. But we have an unfair advantage. I think I was speaking to Mo, and he was like, you've got an unfair advantage. I was like, do I? Well, why do I have an unfair? Like, because you've got the business acumen. And you have the bills and the pressure and the time and the experience not to get distracted. So it was interesting. I didn't see it like that. In fact, I thought it was the other way around, right? I don't know. With time comes wisdom, right?
100%. And mistakes and learnings and failures and figuring things out like life does. And I think that's, yeah, coming back to the original point on hobbies. That's why you should stick and do your hobbies. And I think don't lose them along the way, because they're the things that that give you the enjoyment. It's so easy to let them slip. So what?
Yeah.
So is the gym your hobby, or if there was a hobby you used to do before?
So I tried to play golf. Obviously, the weather was pretty bad. I'm not very good at golf, like
You've
most
mentioned
people.
golf a couple times to me now. Actually, you've mentioned
It's good fun on it. Yeah, we need to get on a course. It's good fun because, firstly, not everybody's good at golf. And even if you are good at golf, you will make mistakes. So that's what makes it fun. Even the best players make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
It's unlike some of the other sports where the best players, they're far, like, golf is the same, but you're not stressed, basically.
You don't see the same winners all the time in golf, even at the big. The
Yeah,
Masters.
yeah.
Very hard to repeat. It's not like
Ma-
tennis.
ma-
Where
ma-
the same 2 players or 3 players always win.
Maybe it's just me. I'm not as competitive as other sports when it comes to golf. I'm a bit more relaxed, whereas badminton or football or anything like that, I'm like intense, right? I want to win. Where, so that, what else?
All right, so we're gonna get.
I
paddle
like
game.
making art, man.
Making art.
Yeah, so I make digital art. I've been making digital art for years, but that's a good, interesting way. Like I'll take old
That's pretty cool.
photos and then superimpose like a collage on top of them, and then it kind of translates the photo. So I'll take like a black and white photo and then transpose like a collage on top of it. I've got quite a
Well,
few. There's one
we
here
gotta give
actually.
you the credit for our careers don't matter.
I'll show you one. Do you want to see one?
Let's do it. Go and get it.
Yeah.
While you do that, I'll show everyone. This is created by Yassar. Yeah, we've gone for a very minimalist white background. Nothing
Can you
too
see that?
fancy. You created that?
Yeah, so there's a man praying, and then I added all the flowers. You can see all the flowers. So all of this is like the grey. It lightly gets into color. So that was the idea. So I thought it was quite cool.
It's very cool. Never thought about selling it. This is more just for home.
I did. Yeah, I created this in 2014, and
Wow.
I sold hundreds of copies. So I did well. I still do it, but now I do it for myself.
Turn it into a t-shirt.
I did have t-shirts.
There we go. Oh yeah. Wait, wasn't that your original business? T-shirt.
Yeah, t-shirt business. I had t-shirt business, so that's how it started. I started making t-shirts, and then I realized that t-shirts are annoying because you got different sizes. So I was like, why don't I just create digital art where people can download it, print it off themselves, and people bought some. Don't know how it worked now though with AI and everything. It's just too easy to create digital art. So
Yeah. It's.
okay,
Right,
so are we?
We've got to get paddle gaming, golf. Definitely got to do the golf, because I'm actually keen to get back on a golf course. It's been so long. We're gonna try and figure out what our guest strategy is going to be. We're gonna play around with that. I think
People are building
for now before we lock in a time. But let's see how we go with that one. What else with this do we need to figure out?
Well, we're gonna build this with the audience. That's what I like to say. Like,
Yeah.
it's like a startup podcast. That's what it is around careers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So unlike we've got an audience, people follow us, and we're very grateful for that. But unlike, I just didn't want the whole polished podcast studio feel. I wanted something that could be done more regularly, just
Yeah.
me and you just vibing, right? Just talking.
Yeah. No, this is it. I think this is what exactly Careers Don't Matter is all about. It's nothing. It doesn't need to be too professional. It can be very much more conversational. I'm definitely not going to do it on the laptop again because it's so distracting with all these notifications coming up. I think I'm going to have to go back to the phone. I need to get my setup. This is the next time.
Yeah,
Next time
you
I do
just
a
get
session, I need to get
like
a
I've
setup.
got. You need to get yourself, and I need to get a brighter background because I'm just look like I'm in some dark room right now, which I am. But
You're Harry Potter's wizarding life
yeah,
or something like that.
yeah.
Come back to that reference.
Oh dear. Well, it's kind of like I've got all my books here. Saying that, I was thinking about all these books, but recently I've been obsessing with Blinkist.
Oh, I've never used it.
Oh, amazing app. Shout out Blinkist. We'll tag them in here. But Blinkist, honestly, dude, they like I could read a book in a week, right? Every week. And now with Blinkist, what I do is I'll listen to the book for about 15 minutes and then I will decide if I want to buy the book. So it's like it tells you the full story of the book, like the main takes,
All right.
and then you can basically like get the gist of any book within like 15 minutes. And then if you want to deep dive, you can deep dive with actually buying the book if you want to. And that's really good because you know how many books I've read? They're absolute dog shit. And you just think, why the hell did I waste a week reading this or 9 hours reading this?
So after all this, you do have a hobby. You read books.
Yeah, I guess I do.
You
Yeah.
consider that as a hobby? Because I would consider that.
No, I read for information though, don't I? So like I've always got a reason why I'm reading. I always want to learn something. Just keep the brain sharp. Right now I'm reading about like 7 different books, and I read in an unconventional way. Most people read like from the beginning to the end. So I'll read 7 books in a row, but I'll pick a chapter that I'm interested in and read that chapter, and then go to the next book and read a chapter, and then I just cross it out. So I always know that, okay, like there's some books on there I've read like 12 chapter books, and I've read 9 of them, and I haven't touched the other 3 for the rest of the year because I just don't need to read them.
I've got ADHD just from hearing you. Like I'm one of those guys start to finish. I'm definitely a start to finish kind of guy. Or you start and you stop halfway, or whenever you've not done with it. Starting in like chapter 4, how does that even work?
Well, some books it doesn't work, right? Because they build it up and there's a whole story and architecture, but for the vast majority, you're just trying to extract information that's valuable, right? And you can kind of just generally tell from contents page what's relevant, what's not relevant.
As we're doing books, let's give some shout-outs here. What's the latest book you've got near you? And I'll give a shout-out the nearest book to me.
Okay, let's give a book. I want to pick a book, actually. So,
you can't pick a book. It's supposed to be the book that's closest to you.
There's a whole row of books that I've only.
Yeah, but it's not the one out.
Okay.
Wow, this segment's ruined already.
No. I got one. Wait. I want
Alright.
to pick a good book that people are actually going to appreciate and actually go buy.
Alright, here we go. Careers Don't Matter. Here's our 2 books of choice. Randomly picked. Well, not randomly picked. Books that I had. Oh, what? Die with Zero. Tell me more about this.
So, I don't want to spoil it, but essentially, it says what it is. So, Die with Zero is about getting all you can from your money and your life. That's it. And it's about like how you are, just how you live, how to live regret-free, how to be a bit more, I guess it just reaffirmed all my Stoic beliefs, essentially. Good book. It's by Bill Perkins. I read it once. This was one of those books I did read very quickly. I was on a plane to the Maldives on my wedding anniversary, 13th year anniversary, and I remember just reading it. My wife was
How about this?
snoring, and I was sitting there.
When we get to 1,000 subscribers on this podcast,
Yes.
on which channel? Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, whichever one we get to 1,000 first. We then randomly pick one of those subscribers and send them that book.
Okay. We'll sign it, right?
And sign it, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we'll also
What's
send
your
a
book?
copy of What's Your Dream? Obviously.
That's a great book.
Mr. Sign and Squib. I don't really need to explain this one, do I? It says what it does on the tin, you know. This is the man, the myth, the legend, Simon Squibb. Find your passion.
I've got a question for you though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm about to ask you, right?
What's that?
Have you finished the book?
No!
It's a good book.
It's a great book. It's a great book. It's a great book. And I do need to finish it. Do you know what? I'm actually safe. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it for a reason. I've got the last book I fully read was Gary V's one. Can't remember the name of it now. God. Anyway, I don't finish books very often. Like barely do I ever finish a book. This one I'm saving for when like the little one, the number 2 comes. And I've got a bit of time between naps, and I'm just gonna read a book. Unlike you, I'm not someone who probably just reads a book on there and that. I want to relax and read a book. Not relax, but I kind of take it in. So.
Do you find reading relaxing?
But I don't read that.
I find it
often.
stressful.
I'm the opposite.
I find reading
when I
like
read a book, it's more to like absorb.
I can't read a book before bed. I don't understand how people do that. My brain just starts running into like ideation and stuff like that.
Definitely couldn't read that before bed. That's more for like time out. I think what I mean more with this is more for like when you want to take a step back. I think that's probably when you can actually take this on more. When you actually are able to take a step back, not when you're in the midst of it.
What's going to be your book? What are you going to call it?
Ooh, good question.
Oh, we just co-author one together.
Yeah,
Careers don't matter.
It's a pretty good book name.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a pretty good book name.
We could do like a dual authorship, and it'd be so easy. We do the podcast and the author. That's it. Who's listening to this? Penguin House, wherever you're called.
Crown Current, is that the name? Publisher Crown Currency? I've never heard of it.
This is Marina.
I thought they did the deal with Penguin. Maybe not. But yeah, no, I think that's a good sound. I honestly, I did have a name before. What was it? I didn't land on it. There's something around like the accidental creator or the authentic entrepreneur, like something along those lines. Accidental, authentic. I like those type of words because what I do think is none of this is intentional. In the nicest way of sense of it, like I don't think I wasn't born an entrepreneur. I was not.
You could mix them together. The accidental entrepreneur.
The accidental. I think someone's already got that. That's why.
Oh, okay.
I think that's already something out there. So like more the accidental creator or authentic entrepreneur, something along those lines. But TBD. That's definitely what. If I ever did a book, which actually I will probably never do a book. One because like I just won't read it. I won't read my book.
Yeah, if you don't read books, I'm not sure it's a good idea to write a book.
Exactly.
That said, though,
that's why you need to subscribe to YouTube.
We're producing every couple of, like, I'd say an average book takes 9 hours to read, and 200 words per page, 1 minute. So yeah, give or take. So it's like 80,000 words or something like that, and that's a lot of words when you have to write it. But in these episodes, God knows, in an hour, we're probably talking 20,000 ish, less than that, maybe some 15,000, 10,000. Either way, it's a long piece of text. And so
Yeah.
technically, we're writing like a quarter of a book or a fifth of a book every episode. So
Careers don't
there you
matter.
go.
You'll see it before the end of 2026.
Yeah.
But
We'll just
if you
get,
would say to me, and we'll end on this, because I think we said like 45 minutes is like we want to be about
yeah,
an episode, didn't we? Before
we
45
said
minutes.
half an hour, but somehow we're on 45 minutes,
We
but
keep
I'm
running
okay.
over. We're,
Yeah.
yeah, we're figuring this out. If you were to say to me, do we want to do a book this year, or do we want to do a show this year? The whole Kill Tony kind of thing.
You know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I don't want to do a book. I'd rather do a show.
I'm still obsessed with doing this idea. And like, honestly, Simon said he was up for it. Amelia Sordell said she was up for it. We just got to figure that piece out. That's just, it's just
You know what I would love to do? I would love to invite some of our followers who do the same, like guess the job,
yeah.
but or guess the salary in real time.
Yeah.
And right, so like who's the millionaire type thing, or who's the CEO. That would be interesting because then you can pick like random guests, and one of them is a CEO who's unconventional. We got to figure out who the CEO is by asking them questions.
To be honest, again, we're going off tangents here, but like, and this is going to be a thing of the show anyway. But I think when you think about those YouTube videos and you think about the guests in those type of YouTube videos, they're usually people that are kind of like very young, you know, very kind of early, maybe in their career, very like.
That's true.
That's why I like if we did it, because I think we would be able to bring in, you know, maybe a CEO of a bank, or, you know, like some person who's got 25 years in project management, or then someone who's like a sales guy or a software engineer. Actual like people who actually had proper careers. You know, obviously the only thing is obviously they all probably have jobs that it's hard to take away their time, but we
Yeah.
figure that one out.
I was thinking I need to get a videographer. I want to do a documentary style mockumentary on careers, some comedy. So might have to pull you into that somehow. We're just going to end up by the end of this year having like 12 projects together.
Sounds like me.
I think we got Skill Store. I'm part of Creator Leaders. We got Guess the Salary. I came on your podcast, and now we have a podcast together. That's like 5 things we're already doing together.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And I'm going to get involved in AVD Labs.
Oh yes, yeah, you're gonna. We'll keep that hush for now, but there's going to be a new version 2. It's going to be it's going to be good. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
but let's end it there because I'm getting tired now. It's quite late.
All right, same. Where we at? 11 p.m. We need to do these earlier. All right.
Yeah. All right, my friend. Well, it's been a pleasure. To everybody listening, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it.
Let us know what we actually spoke about for the last 48 minutes.
yeah, because I'm not even sure what we spoke about. But it flew past, so that was good.
Yeah.
It's like a nice little catch up. It's like me picking up the phone and calling you and saying, "Hey, how's it going?"
It's real.
How many times have we spoken and it's been like that?
Yeah, exactly. It's been honestly, this is what we need to do. It's fun. This is what I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. And let's see what the audience tells us.
Yeah.
Are we gonna post the
Okay.
first? When are we posting the first one? Well, we can jump off and then we can talk about that.
Yeah. So for now, is it hasta luego, as they say? Hasta la vista, baby. Take care, guys.
Ciao.